Hello and good afternoon. How is everyone today? Thank you for coming along to Insights by Johnita Francis. It is a short show today, the quarter hour of power, if you will. And I have been awake. Now, in Australia, it is 6:15 in the morning and it's about 7 degrees. So if I look like I've got a nice shade of blue behind me, it's actually my skin because I'm frozen stiff. But I have been awake. Our house, I should say, and include my husband, our house has been unbelievably active. Now, we always have somebody walking around or doing whatever they're doing in our house anyway that's not necessarily still alive. But it's not unusual, but I'm pretty sure that they were having a disco this morning because I am no doubt going to be very tired about 1 o'clock our afternoon. So I have literally been awake processing spirits at 1 p.m. your time, which is just ridiculous. So I'm going to be very antisocial by the time this afternoon comes around. I have picked up an celestial quartz, which is the big brother, I suppose, to the smoky quartz, and also the spirit quartz, which is one level up from the celestial quartz. Spirit quartz is a really pretty purpley, orangey, yellowy sort of colour, depends on how the cut is. Mine's very raw cut. If you can see my screen, you'll get a glimpse of it now. If you can't see my screen, jump on Facebook and you'll be able to see my lovely face as well as my lovely crystal. And then the celestial quartz is not very pretty at all. It's a bit boring. It's almost see-through because the smoky quartz really gets a good working out. And I use these two quartz in particular when I'm tapping into high level stuff. And this morning it started off with big. Look, I'm not even going to say. Yeah, I'm going to say warnings, okay? But I don't want to freak you guys out. Essentially what the message was, and I keep hearing it every time I go, okay, who is this for? Who's this intended for? But I actually think it's for the US. I think it's for a collective, not necessarily an individual person or an individual situation. It's the US. And every time I think about this, guys, I get this massive handbrake. You know, like when you do a burnout in the car and you just slam on the handbrake and your tires screech and everything comes to a grinding halt. Now, interestingly, what the visions that I'm seeing are when this car comes to a screaming halt, and I can't actually see the inside of the car, which I think is symbolic. It's more about the situation needs to come to a grinding halt. Now, interestingly, this vehicle, whatever it is that's coming to a grinding halt for me, it actually comes right just before some really almost sheer grey curtains, and it's like smoke and mirrors. And the curtains open up and we can see things clearly. Now, interestingly, and I have to mention this to you, the view, you know when you can blur the background on your camera? The view in the vehicle, before we get to that curtain, before the curtain opens, is really blurry. It's shit. It's like, it's like you've smeared Vaseline across stuff. So things are not being seen clearly. And then the veil comes open. And I know it sounds really corny, and I think this started at 1 p.m. your time today. So if you're watching the news, there's something going on. We won't see it yet because, we're asleep at 3 o'clock. Well, some of us are asleep at 3 o'clock in the morning. Thank you very much, visitors. But so whatever's happening for you over there right now, you guys are going to come to a screaming halt. And it's just going to have the clarity that you're going to have on the other side of this is just huge. Now, when I asked for an indication of when this is going to happen, they were like 24 hours, 24 hours, 24 hours. Now, I'm in Australia. I'm technically from the future because you don't have your 6:21 Wednesday morning yet. You're still on Tuesday. And the indication for me is it's 24 hours your time. So things are going to really dramatically and quickly change for you on a collective level. Which means that the whole of your country is just going to have a big handbrake. Hang on a minute, there's something going on here. The information that we're getting here in Australia about what your current affairs are and what's going on, I mean, it's the media. Take your pick what's true. I prefer to talk to my physical, personal friends that I actually know in the States. They're more honest about what's really happening for you. And if it is as terrible as what's going on, then my heart absolutely bleeds for you. But I can assure you that this is every time I think about it, that I can hear this big handbrake and it's screechy. So it's coming to a grinding halt really, really quickly. So you guys are probably got another 24 hours maximum of shit hitting the fan, and then you can start breathing a little bit more easily as well. Um, there's a lot of fear-based stuff. Now, the fear for me, fear is about feeling emotion and releasing it. Okay, so I think everyone's caught in the fear all worldwide at the moment of what's going on, and everyone's unprecedented. How many bloody times have we heard that word? And also, we don't know what's going to happen, and there's that uncertainty. But there's no more uncertainty than what happens every time we go into a flu season, or like all those people that passed away on the plane crash recently, as well, in a different country. Then like 55 lives were lost in a heartbeat, and that's equivalent to what we've lost here in our whole country. And it's just that fear of the unknown and perceived control that we thought we had. Now, I'm saying perceived control because we didn't actually ever have control. Life just felt like that for a little while. So letting go, giving over to whatever your belief patterns are. A lot of people have said just let go and give God. I personally don't believe in God. I believe in a higher creation than that, a collective good, and that we're all connected. And so when one of us is going through something, and it's a mirror of where other people are going through as well, and it's subjective. So we might have a bit more of a charmed life, or a bit more relaxed of a life here in Australia. But when our civil liberties or our freedoms are taken away, we really feel it too, because we're used to a certain style of living. From the US point of view, and from what I'm being told in the download from this morning, and which is why I'm speaking so damn fast because I'm still downloading, is that everything's going to come to a grinding halt. You've got so much more has got to come out, and it's coming out really bloody fast now. It's like if you believe in the giant in the sky, it's like one of the giants just said that is enough, and they've stomped their foot down, and it's just going to change in a dramatic fashion, very, very quickly for you guys. So let's see how it all unfolds. The best advice I can give you to get through this period is to trust your gut. Okay, your sensory apparatus, your eyeballs will believe whatever your mind has got that experience from in your lifetime. So if you grew up in a fear-based environment, this will be very fear-based for you, or it'll be a walk in the park. Depends on how far you've gone in your own evolution of self-awareness. So the best advice I can give you is to follow your gut instinct, follow your gut feelings. If something doesn't feel right, it's not right. If something smells like horse shit, guess what? Probably is horse shit. So let's have a look. Okay, I pulled out some light work cards this morning just to see, a bit of an overview. I always like to do that last to make sure that whatever I'm channeling got a bit of a backup plan as well. And this is all about original light workers. So this is not religion based. Okay, light workers are people that want to shine light on things, see the best side of things, see the best perception, the best angle, really bring the natural beauty out in any situation. Okay, so the cards here are all about going on a journey, longing for belonging, longing for seeing how we all fit into this big picture. And we're still talking about the US. Bugger the rest of us at the moment. It's all about you guys today. And it's also about nurturing yourself and looking after yourself. How can you mother yourself? How can you really understand what's going on around you and how to protect yourself during this time? And I'm not even talking about the virus. I'm talking about everything else that you guys are going through. They're saying now that there's a major upheaval coming for you as well. So that major upheaval is just like, boom. But you're going to get through it. It feels like a major upheaval because people are having to take steps towards things that they weren't aware of before. Okay, so that's why it's a major upheaval. It's something different. It's all coming together though. Everything's coming together. We don't need to give too much concern to what's happening on the other side of the veil. The fact that this vehicle that I was talking about right at the beginning of our segment stops right at the curtain says to me that, and the curtain opens instantly, it means it's an instant thing. It's going to happen really, really fast. Okay, so when that time comes, know that on the other side of that upheaval, and know on the other side of whatever that is, you're actually going to feel a lot better. Your quality of life will be a lot better across all of the states, okay, not just certain types of people or certain areas or or the people in special white places, perhaps. It's for everybody, okay? The change is effective for everybody, the collective good. And if you want to hear more from me, please do so. I have a podcast with the lovely Trish Rock on Wednesday nights at 6:30 p.m. Now, that is Australian time, so that's a little bit early for you guys, but we would love to have you there. You can subscribe at Buzzsprout, and that will get you subscribed to our podcast. So, yeah. All right, guys, thank you very much, and we'll see you all again next week. Bye for now.